let's start. How would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as someone who is hardworking and goal oriented
Mhm.
and is looking for a higher position. That's why I would like to be an assistant director.
Okay, cool, very cool. What do you see yourself doing in five? What do you see yourself doing 5 years from now?
I see myself owning several daycares actually.
Okay.
So that's why I joined the daycare process and I wanted to see what it actually entails. So I've
Mhm.
been a teacher for 3 years, I've been a nanny for 2 years besides that. So that's why I want to move up in the company to the assistant director and then director and then open several daycares.
It's very cool. So you teach now. So what grade do you teach?
Right now, I teach infants. So because it's a daycare, we don't do grades. It's from birth through 5 years old. And
Okay.
then sometimes we have after school, but I teach infants.
So what does that entail? Like, what is the curriculum like? Is it just
So there actually is a curriculum. It's
okay?
gelled. So it's the Georgia Early Standards. And so it's like we focus on physical development, social, emotional, and things that entail that. So we still like read to them, we still talk to them.
Mhm.
We look at, even though they can't speak to us non-verbally, they do say things to us as far as like crying, the way they make their faces, the way they move. So we look at those things too.
Okay, cool. Very interesting. So, what have you accomplished that shows initiative and willingness to work?
In this field or
Yes.
in general?
Well, in
In
general,
this
let's say in
field,
general.
okay. Okay, let's talk about this field first. So
Yes.
I would say as far as going to school for it, I'll have an associate's in early childhood by December, which I'm excited about. I took in my
Congratulations.
40 hours. Thank you. Taking my 40 hours director's training already. So I have the training to be a director. I have two TTCs, and I'll have a third one by the time I graduate. Those are certificates that you need to become a director.
Got it.
And as far as having the as far as going into childcare and being a teacher and then being a nanny, so I have background in those things.
Okay.
And then on the side, I still research other information about teaching children. I research information about opening a daycare because that's what I want to get into.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. So, tell me about a time when you had to work on a team.
I have to work on team every day, so that's
Okay.
nothing new. Let's think of a time. I would say when there was a parent that came in and they were really upset with another teacher because we couldn't find their son's socks.
Mhm.
And so the teacher was very frantic because she didn't mean to upset the person, obviously, but we had to like sit the parent down. We talked to the parent. We said we were understanding, like we will actually look for it. And we did. We ended up finding it, but it took us until the next day. So as far as communication, I had to communicate with the parent, and then I also helped her learn the right way to communicate with the parent because she was so frantic. She wasn't in the right headspace to handle that.
Right.
I helped her
Right.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, last question is, how do you prioritize your work?
Um, I prioritize it, but then I also prioritize myself too. So I think a proper work-life balance is important. But as prioritizing my work, I still come to work every day. I make sure I really show up, make sure I sleep well at night. Because working with children, if you didn't eat well or you didn't sleep well, it's not gonna work. You're gonna be cranky and having like 8 kids screaming and crying at one time, it's not gonna work. So I feel like you really have to take care of yourself to be able to show up and take care of them.
Okay. Cool. Well, you're hired. Let's go.
Thank you, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. All right, we can start with yours. So you said you're doing a construction position with a home builder, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are your career goals and objectives?
Well, I would like to become a home builder, a general contractor eventually, but I want to
Hmm.
really perfect the craft of building a home. So I want to work under a licensed builder, a leader in the field, to really learn the process of building a home.
Okay, that sounds good. Why did you choose this career?
Oh yeah, I did a lot of brainstorming for like maybe a year or so to figure out like what I want to do long
Hmm.
term, and I try to figure out like a cross between what would make me some really good money. And the second most important factor was how could I help my community the most? And I think that being able to build houses, build structures is a good skill to have to help me build a community and also provide jobs for people because I think that there's an unlimited amount of jobs, people that need jobs. So I could always teach people how to teach people construction, and also provide them jobs in construction.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so why should we hire you?
Uh, well, I'm a hard worker. I learn fast, very fast. I would say I didn't know anything about construction a year ago, and now I'm very well versed in a lot of the processes that go into building a home, at least theoretically. I haven't done so much in the field, but I definitely know a lot of the terms. I know a lot of the processes, like I said, and I'm very enthusiastic. It's something that I really want to do and be successful at. So you're going to get a hardworking person that's dedicated to doing the job correctly.
Okay, sounds good. What motivates you to put forth your greatest effort?
The impact that I think I'd have on the community. Whenever I take on a new challenge, I like to get really good at it. So I would say that it's my own personal goal, my own personal work ethic is to get good at the process, and then also, yeah, like I said, the end result would be for the community, which would be housing, maybe low income housing for people, quality housing, and yeah, just being able to
Mhm.
provide jobs for our economy.
Okay, yeah, especially now we need a lot of low income housing that are actually good quality.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me?
Um, yeah, how long have you guys been yeah, how long have you guys been building homes?
I'll say about 20 years.
20
20
years?
years now. It's a family business, you know? So we
Got
started
you.
small, we're growing.
You look
Yeah.
about
Look
20 years
at
old.
this.
Okay, but cool. So that was the last one, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so I think we're good. So